walk.
You know, I never understood the term "rich people problems" till I listened to Sam. Honestly.
Yeah, but guess what? Yeah, but mate, listen.
No,
that
Sam,
Yep.
1 sec. I spent 10 minutes crying about Nunez, and he's crying about Vinicius. Even his tears are to a player who deserves to win Ballon d'Or. Imagine, like I'm crying about who compared to him. You know, I'm just
Yeah, but that's because
Sam
of
would be
Madrid.
fine, man. Madrid will probably win the Champions
You are
League
like
again.
a rich.
Hussam,
You're like a
Hussam.
rich boy. You're like a rich boy crying that the caviar's run
Yeah,
out.
but guess
It's
what? Yeah, but
beautiful.
guess what? Yeah, but
Beautiful.
guess what? Why do these rich people also stay rich? Have you thought? Why do they keep being
That's
successful?
true.
Demand.
Because
They,
Always
hang on. I
demand,
tell you why they
always
stay
demand.
rich. I'll tell you why, because they rob the poor people. What are you talking
Exactly. I was going to think the exact same thing.
Do you know what?
It's a joke.
Do you know what? Do you know what? Hussam, have you forgotten?
And
The only reason-
statistically, rich people, their wealth only lasts 2 generations on average.
Maybe
That's what
not.
they say.
Hussam, at the end of the day, mate, you've got your battle. Do you know why these players are there, Hussam? Because your fan base don't demand anything. I've seen that.
Can I ask a question?
I see them on
Can I ask
Twitter,
a question? I want to
You
go
know
to
this.
Rack because Rack's very level-headed. Rack, do you think Real Madrid are bigger and more successful than every other club in Europe because their fans moan like Sam? Do you think that's the reason?
Because of the standards, yeah.
I think it's
Because
a
of the
load of
standards.
nonsense. I think
Hang on, let Rack answer. Guys, please let Rack answer, everyone.
It's a load of nonsense. Your standards haven't got anything to do with it. Ultimately, yes, Madrid fans, they moan a lot, but what's that got to do? Did that have anything to do with why Barcelona were running away with a title season after season? No.
What do you mean season after season?
Well, I mean, when Messi was there, they basically almost won every single La Liga title, right? Apart from 2 under.
Oh yeah,
Ronaldo.
when Messi
was that no. But was that all of a sudden because Barcelona's fan standards were risen and Madrid's standards?
Yeah, Barca also had high standards back then.
Listen, ultimately, fans, we have a say in the way that the clubs are run, but it's got nothing to do with standards. Standards is something that people make up on the internet. It's a load of nonsense.
You do realize that we're a members club. You do realize that. You do actually realize that.
You do
realize the fans' power.
You vote for your president.
Yeah, but the fans have more power there than they have in a club that's.
Yeah, but you know, but
I can't lie to you. I think
but on a practical sense, what do? You vote for your president.
Yeah,
right?
but here's the thing. You can't tell
and then if you're losing, then you get your white handkerchiefs out.
No.
Two things.
Yeah, but here's the thing. You can't tell
voting
me
for the president and the white.
Yeah, but hold on for 2 seconds. You cannot tell me standards have nothing to do with this. Of course they have, because if the fans have no standards, well, guess what? Unless the ownership wants to be successful, they're not going to.
But can you answer Rack's question then? Rack said when Barca were winning the vast majority of the. Oh, he's gone to ask someone.
I'll be honest with you, Rax. I think you're looking at this too simplistically. I think standards do play a role. It's not the major role, but it plays a role. Maybe the standards of the fans, meaning like them waving the white flags and shit, allows the people upstairs to make better decisions and stuff. I don't think it's the core reason, but it plays a part.
Yeah, what I find really interesting about it is in the last couple of days, there's been reports that Man United won't go for that Man United kept Ten Hag because of fan letters, and we won't go for Southgate because the fans don't want him. That's been condemned as you shouldn't ever have owners that are swayed by fan demands. They should act professionally because obviously they should know best. And then there are other clubs who are kind of lauded because their fans demand things and that makes them be good. I'm not saying it's right or wrong.
Yeah, because your clubs are sucked in by PR, that's why.
Hang on, but it's not, again, you are just sorry, Rack, what you're doing there is you're disregarding exactly what I just said. And this is what I was about to say. It needs a conversation. I agree with Hussam. I think standards of fans and what you pressure your club into doing has a role. But the idea that if you just are angry, your club will perform better, there's a flaw in that, because Real Madrid fans were clearly angry when Barcelona were dominating La Liga, but you being angry didn't stop Messi and Barcelona being really good. And the point there is you can have the highest standards in the world sometimes. There are some points in time where other teams are just better than you. And no matter how much you scream, how many car windows you smash of your players, you can't make your team any better. At the same time, I do agree with you. There are times where you've got to call your club out. I just don't think it's as simplistic as if Liverpool fans started waving white flags. I don't think Liverpool would be winning more. It wouldn't be as basic as that. I do think there's a conversation, and equally, 1 minute we're saying to fans do more. In the next breath, there'll be a rumor that a club has decided not to sign a striker because of fan anger. and it gets looked at as you shouldn't be listening to the fans. You should have people, proper footballing directors in place that know what they're doing and are not listening to drunk men in the pub. So I think there needs to be a conversation about
okay,
this.
so let me challenge you on this then, because I actually have a serious challenge on you now. Not even Racco, no, just you. So why have you sat there this whole time screaming at the United fans, stop buying from the club, stop going to games, stop giving the Glazers money?
Again, because for me, that's because the Glazers are only there to earn money from us. So I believe that if you took the money away, we could have forced them to sell the football club to somebody else. So again, but I've already said that I think standards of fans and there are actions that fans can take that can impact clubs. So I've openly stated already in this conversation.
Tell him that.
No, but you're not. Again, it's not about telling him it. What you're doing is you're making this. You're oversimplifying the situations and the fan power. Again, members where you've got fan base like yours that can vote for its president. You have more power because just like an election in a country, you guys can actually do something. Liverpool fans can't, unless they pull their money away, can't get their owners to directly change that quickly. And even then, there are no. Again, I thought it would work by pulling money. There's no guarantees it will actually work, by the way. So you have to be open to conversation. I think the problem with these standard conversations is I think they hold some water in areas, but I think the way it's become on the internet is oversimplified nonsense in every single direction. And I used to say as well, by the way, it wouldn't just be a case of pulling your money. We would have to have it. It'd have to be organized and strategized, and you'd have to do it in phases. It wouldn't just be a case of, right, everyone today, stop spending money. Let's go. It would never work in that way. You know, again, I used to say it on my videos, I was oversimplifying it as a base to start a conversation to see if it would be plausible to work. And it's the same with the standards. I think that don't think everything you've said is wrong. I don't think everything Rack has said is wrong. I think it's a much deeper issue. But the point to the question is if you've got a team like as good as Barcelona, I don't think it matters how angry you are as fans. Sometimes you can't do anything about it.
It doesn't stop. You're right.
But it does. And I've had this conversation before. If every team in England behaved like Man City, spent like Man City, was run like Man City, three teams are still getting relegated.
Yeah, but I don't agree with that. That I don't agree with.
Well, there we go then. So it's not just about standards, is it?
Yep. But here's the difference. Every club in the country can't do that. Why? Because they don't have the resources and all that. I understand that. So it isn't just about standards then. No,
exactly.
But hold on. But that isn't the thing. That I'm not going to have that comparison to my club though, because my club's resources are up here. So you better go and do something. And guess what? Fine. It didn't stop Barcelona winning these titles. That's cool. But guess what? At least the club was waking up and doing stuff when we were winning at least some things. At least Champions League.
No, I understand that. And
that's the whole thing.
I get that, and I get that point.
The thing is, for me, when people talk about standards, all they're saying really is they want to win, right? And ultimately, everybody wants to win. And as a fan, there's only so much you can do. You can support a team in the stadium or not support a team in the stadium. You can demonstrate outside the stadium and have a protest or whatever. All these things are fine.
You can fly a plane.
It depends who you're talking to, right?
I don't know what you're talking about.
I'm just saying.
But ultimately, we all want to win, right? We all want to win.
Yeah.
Shouting and screaming about it is one way to express your desire to win, but is that effective?
Yeah.
I personally,
when you speak about resources, I just want to point this out to you. When you say Liverpool fans should do more, and I'm not saying Liverpool fans couldn't demand some more. I'm not saying that. I've called it out before, especially some of the PR when they used to say next summer we'll buy a player. Push back. But you know, you said about you don't expect everyone to have the same because of resources. Real Madrid, I've read, are just about to surpass over £1 billion in income. Do you know that's getting close to double Liverpool's income, which means resource-wise, it's double. That's the equivalence of. Do you know what I'm saying? So again, you even saying to Liverpool fans, you should do more. Well, your club can have higher standards unilaterally because you earn double the money they do.
Okay, so but here's my challenge.
That's why I think you have to have a sensible conversation about this. But and I don't think you're wrong about everything.
No.
But you just said a minute ago, so I want to make sure I've heard you right, that not everyone can, you don't expect everyone to behave like Man City because not everybody has the same resources.
Yeah,
so if a team like Liverpool has half the resources, how can you expect them to act like you?
Because let me explain why. Number one, Liverpool are not a tiny football club. Again, people always do this comparison. I hear this a lot. People say, yeah, but you can't expect a Brighton to behave like that. And I say, no, listen, cool. I understand that they don't have the resources, not the fan base, anything like that. I understand that. No problem. I'm not even going to put pressure on it. The only thing I've said I've always said I think they should take the cups more seriously. But that's it. I understand. But a club like Liverpool, even Hussam, I didn't even notice until I actually managed to fact check this. Hussam even said they can spend, what was it, like 400 million, I think it was, and not break FFP. Yeah. But here's my issue. And then you go and sign one player to back your new manager. Yeah. Terry, that's got nothing to do with how much revenue you have besides my football. That's just you not showing any ambition. And just to wrap it up, when I say this stuff, people just need to read between the lines of what I'm saying. I'm not saying you have to have the exact amount of revenue and money as I do to be able to win stuff. I'm saying if you're a big club, like every one of us on here supports, all right, you can do something. Yeah.
Sam, just interject. We're running out of time. What you've just said there, I agree with. So that's why I wanted to interject, because what you're saying there is sensible. What you're saying there makes sense in the context of Liverpool Football Club. I think they can do more. The problem I have with this, and we were playing and goading you a little bit with the standards to begin with. The problem is, and Rack is right, online on YouTube and on Twitter, standards has become this almost buzzword that's losing meaning, and it's just thrown around, and people are looking at it through the lens of their own football club. Does that make sense? So my brother's a Leyton Orient fan. When he hears even me moan about how bad Man United are, he thinks you sport brat. Because that's because he's looking at it for a Leyton Orient. No, that's because he's looking at it for a Leyton Orient lens.
Yeah,
so he's correct for an Orient lens, but he's not looking at it from my perspective. Equally, you'll hear a Liverpool fan, so I'm quite happy with how things are going. You are looking at it for a Real. I'm not saying they couldn't have spent all this summer, but generally, if you look at it for a Real Madrid lens, you'll go, of course you should demand more. What we have to learn to do, I think, in football sometimes is, I saw the way Villa tonight was celebrating and happy about the game they had there. It would be weird if Real Madrid behaved like that. But equally, Real Madrid haven't spent 40 years away from this competition. So if you look at it through a Real Madrid lens, that's pathetic that they're having this big party for being.
I even said Villa can celebrate.
But again, we're not disagreeing here. I think we're agreeing. What I'm saying is, generally online, when I see this standards thing, it's they try and make it like every single club is a monolith. Every single club should be the same, and it's ridiculous.
Of course, let's
do some super chats here. Someone says double the money. Yeah, that easy. Where was the mighty Real Madrid? I think it's made between 2002 and 2014. Yeah, what happened to the standards?
You know what the funny thing is? These guys act like the Champions League is the only thing you win. So we didn't win league titles then. We didn't win cups then in our own country, mate. Is the Champions League the only thing you can win, mate? Honestly, mate.
No.
Thanks for the money, though.
I guess Man City fans in 2008 had very high standards for winning a treble, probably why Hamza left Arsenal to join them.
Hey, listen, fair play. No, listen, that ain't true. That ain't true about Hamza.
I actually called Hamza out for that last night. He was slagging off the way Arsenal play football, and I was like, see, someone, if they truly supported City as long as you have, would remember the League One, League Two days where you were playing hoofball, so you wouldn't discredit any kind of football because you know where you came.
He has to agree with it, though, to be fair.
No. What I'm saying is that if you grew up watching lower level football, because that's the team you fell in love with, you would never you wouldn't condemn that style of football a few years. If you grew up working class like me, you might do quite well and earn some money, but you don't start looking down. You'd be a horrible snobby person to start looking down your nose at where you came from. You've got to remember where you came from. So yeah, again, it's a bit of a joke. The biggest reason why Madrid have been so poor is Toni Kroos. They are not able to control the game. The current midfield is all runners and no control. That's one of the main factors.
Yeah, that is one of the main factors.
It's a real fair point. Sam is the definition of first world problems. You're fine, bruv. You always are. Real Madrid will be Real Madrid when it matters in the end.
Was Madrid in 18-19 season, mate? 4-1 to Ajax.
Madrid's here says you're not talking for the rest of us. He says you're wrong. This Madrid fan.
No.
You're wrong.
I talk for myself. I don't want to talk for you, mate. If you've got issues,
no, you did. But hang on. But when you were talking about getting rid of the manager and signing someone else, you were talking like you were working for him. So you were talking about everybody.
Hold on. I'm speaking the way I feel, Terry. What do you want me to do? Speak like I'm acting like someone else now? Come on, bro.
But you said I'm going to call Alonso and get him. That means you're speaking on behalf of Real Madrid.
Bro, read between the lines. I know you're joking with me as well. Yeah,
Maguire better than Van Dijk said. No Man United fan said this.
That's the most
No real
random
Man United
thing.
fan said this. Stop it. No, I didn't. I did not say
only
that
delusional
ever.
ones, only
There's
delusional
nothing
ones
there.
to say that.
Look, I want to thank everybody that's tuned into the show tonight. This is going to take you through to Hassam's channel for Al Halwa.
El Ahwa.
El Alwa. Halwa.
It's so easy to say. Wow. That's it.
Wow.
El Ahwa.
Wow. That's it.
Everybody else.
Wow. That's it.
Alwa.
Ahwa.
Awa. That's it.
Alwa. So get yourselves over there. Zane here says it's also the high standards of Real Madrid fans which made them win 3 La Ligas in 16 years from 2013 and 2019. If it wasn't for those, if it wasn't for them, Madrid could have won more.
Yeah. Now include every other trophy that we won, mate. Honestly.
The thing is, I would say that about standards as well, and always listening to fans. If you guys would, if your owners or your president listened to fans, you would have got rid of Luka Modric after his first season. Sometimes you have to persevere. So that's also why I say you can't. I agree that you can't always just go. The handkerchiefs are out. Let's sell that player nobody likes. You never know what they're going to be later on down the line.
So what? So because of one thing happened like that means everything should be like that. That means everything will happen like that.
No one said that either. But like I said at the beginning of this conversation, it's about being balanced. Listen, everybody who was tuned in, El Dorado, Al Pacino is going live in a few moments. Take care.